name is Monica Gleberman, and you're listening to Silence on Set podcast. On today's podcast, we have Grace Van Patten joining us once again to talk about the finale of Tell Me Lies. I'm so excited. Grace Van Patten plays Lucy Albright, who gets into a relationship with Stephen DeMarco, played by Jackson White. And they kind of get into a toxic entanglement, and we kind of watch their relationship unfold over 8 years. So here to talk about the finale and all of the crazy that you just saw is Grace Van Patten.
I feel bad because when we started the show watching it, we gave Jackson and aka Stephen a hard time because we were like, Stephen's manipulative, he's this horrible person. Everyone's had a Stephen. Then what happened? Because like episode 7 starts, and then Lucy, I don't know if it's a rub off of Stephen, if it's an insecurity because she wants to keep him so badly, or is it her personality? Because now, so like for the rest of the season, she is controlling everything.
Absolutely. I think it's what you said. I think it's all three of those. I think she probably has a little bit of it in her. I think she's so desperate for his validation and for his love and wanting to prove her loyalty to him. And she's also just extremely insecure and looking past all of the red flags and all of the manipulation. And she's learning from it and she's like, oh, this is how you get power or whatever. And I think she's kind of slowly becoming him, which is so scary. But yeah, Lucy is spiraling. She's spiraling out.
Like hardcore. And I was shocked. And then, not only that, but I also thought, Lucy doesn't know too much, I feel like, about his mom. But as viewers, we see the relationship between him and his mother. There's multiple phone calls, too, that happen. We also see how Diana talks to him. Right. It seems that this is a relationship that he's used to. He's used to women kind of pushing him in one way or the other.
Right.
So I didn't know if like maybe that led to why he allows it to happen and why he opens up to you and tells you the secret that he was in this car and he finally kind of admits like this huge bombshell that, he was involved in it. So I want to get your take on why you think he decided to trust her and then move forward for the most part monogamously with her until towards the end.
Well, I think he's scared shitless now that Lucy has this information on him. I think it's like forced him, unfortunately, to treat her a little better because she has this huge secret that she could let out at any moment. So it's this eggshelly feeling that he has. He's probably terrified of her at this moment, knowing what she could do if she feels disrespected again or manipulated or whatever. So I think both of their like motivation is coming out of fear right now. Like they are both so scared of each other and what they could do to each other that they're like they're becoming a complete island, and they're manipulating everybody around them and controlling each other. And it's like at a point of no return right now.
Yeah, because in the beginning, she knows stuff for him, right? So she's holding all the power, all the cards until Lucy does that letter. And now he's like kind of going toe to toe with her because now he has stuff on her. So it's like the two of you are just using it against each other. And I was shocked that he even told her, like why he trusted her with it to begin with. So I go back and forth with if they really do love each other or if it's more of just the toxicity or the power.
I've gone through that debate too. Do they love each other? Is it just the excitement and the need for power and having the upper hand and like passion, and what is it? It's really hard to tell. I think Lucy fully 1000% is in love with him, whether it's real or not. In the moment, she is fully in love with him, and that's why she's doing all these crazy shit, because you can become crazy when you're in love. You do crazy things. You lose your sense of self. And if it's toxic like that, that is not how it should be and how it needs to be. But I think in a situation like this, she's completely lost herself, and her main goal is to feel loved back by him and want his approval and his validation and respect. And she's just going crazy trying to get that, and she's hurting a lot of people and herself in the process.
Yeah, and what's funny is they're two like carbon copies because he's doing the same thing by placing little pieces and shifting things. So of course I have to get to towards the end. I was shocked, like Lucy was shocked when he walks down the stairs with Diana, and I was like, what just happened? And my reaction was Lucy's reaction was like, what literally just happened? Like out of nowhere. And I obviously it's for money and it's for the things that he wants and he sees a future with and stuff. He sees an opportunity. And I feel like Stephen's a very opportunistic person. So he sees that and he walks out with her. And then Lucy has sex with Evan. So I'm just like, what is going on? It was just like crazy chaos as a reaction because she's upset, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why do you think that he made that decision to walk out with her like that in that moment?
I think you're exactly right. I think he saw an opportunity that Lucy was never going to give him, especially after Lucy offering him like a receptionist at a country club that he took very personally and took like a lot of, that offended him. And so there's kind of all these buildups throughout the last episode of kind of him realizing that this person doesn't see me, this person doesn't understand me, doesn't know my goals and my dreams, and she's not helping me in any way. And they have that run-in with Diana, and I think that kind of sparked something. And the conversation with Wrigley when he's like, you're scared of her, bro. Like, why are you scared of her? I've never seen you like this. And, Stephen has so much pride and so much ego. And I think that's all he needs. And he goes to this party. He's extremely fucked up and high. And he sees Diana, and she kind of like sets up his life for him. And I think he did it out of pure opportunity. And he was gonna be completely justified in that decision for him. So he just owns it and walks out with her. And I think for Lucy, it was like pure shock, like unable to have words, unable to even call after him, like pure like paralysis.
That's how I felt watching it. I was like, like my face was just like wide open.
I know.
And then I was like, well, I wonder if like anyone ever finds out about Evan, which we don't know. But then eventually we finally see the whole story, right? So we see from like in the last episode, we finally get to see like the full accident, the full thing.
Yeah.
Go back to the wedding, which I think we all knew we were going to probably end up there.
Right.
And he comes over and I'm going like, what's going to happen? What are they going to talk about? He mentions the fiance and I'm like, what the F? Like, what's going on? And then you're expecting, of course, Diana. And not only is it not Diana, but it's Lucy's best friend. What? And then it ended.
When you think it couldn't get any worse. I know. I don't even know what happened. I'm like, are you kidding me, Megan? Like, how am I ever going to go back to this guy? But yeah, I don't know what happens in those 8 years, how they meet, how they form something, but they kind of do hint at Lucy and Lydia separating a little bit towards the end. Lucy's calling her and she's not really being receptive, and I guess it kind of hints at that, but I have no idea. I have no idea how that happens, but it is messed up.
I'm shook. Like I'm confused and I couldn't get it out of my brain. And I want to talk to Jackson because he gives a face. The look that he gives is the last shot that you see. And his look is almost like, this is for you. Like, I'm doing this because of you.
I know. That stare when he's in the middle of us.
Yes. And it's like, I'm still mad at her. Like that he's not mad either that you guys were together for a long period of time and we haven't seen it yet. Or he's just still mad that he was like, ha, here is my new fiance.
I know. I can't. Yeah. I have no idea, but I really hope we get to explore that.
Yeah, I think like in that moment, I don't know how much Lucy knows or if she doesn't know, but it seemed like she seemed a little shocked in the end. But
She knew that they were dating.
okay.
Like, we kind of established that she knew, she had heard that they were seeing each other, and she had already gone through kind of the shock of that and understanding it. But the big surprise was that they were engaged.
Gotcha. One of the biggest questions, of course, and I know you can't answer it and you probably don't know. I put on Twitter, and on Instagram, I would say 90% that came in were, is there going to be a season 2?
I have no idea, but I am praying, because there's so much left to be like examined, and 8 years, like there's so much we could dive into, and I really hope so, but I genuinely have no idea. I'm just, hopefully we find out soon.
I know, I hope so too, because like it literally ended and I was like, no. So
I
I really
know.
hope that we find out more information. But that was like 90%. And like the other major question was just if people felt that they should be together. And I was like, I feel like they should. And I think we discussed that when we first interviewed, that they kind of had to be together, but people felt guilty that we were rooting for them, like rooting for them to
Right.
be together.
Well, I think it's like any like toxic romance show or movie you see, like there are moments where it seems really genuine and you want to root for them, and then within a split second it's like you want to tell them to run away. And I think that's the same dilemma that they're going through in that relationship, like having these moments of oh my gosh, this person does care about me and sees me, and then oh my god, this person is manipulative and psycho and will never treat me right. It's like, I think the audience, hopefully, was the goal, is going through the same, has the same mindset as Lucy's having. Like, oh my god, I love him. Oh my god, fuck him. I love him. Fuck him. Like that battle.
Well, I'll just end with, what are you hoping fans get when they kind of watch the end? And hopefully, like I said, a season 2. But what are you hoping fans kind of receive after they watch it?
To run away, if you're in anything like that, to have the courage to remove yourself from any situation that resembles that.
So that was Grace Van Patten talking about the finale and the final kind of 2 episodes of Tell Me Lies. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to ask as many questions as I saw online, so hopefully you got your question answered. It's really a fantastic show. Make sure that you stream it now on Hulu. Every episode is live, so you can watch it from beginning to end, and hopefully we'll have an announcement for season 2 soon. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you're updated on all of our latest podcasts, and head over to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe so you're updated on all of our video content.